Hey there, it's OCB Communications. Welcome back to another review, this time of the 2015 film. Yes, this is a movie that came out this year, American Sniper. Now, this is a film that was sent to me by Corey Foster, among a few other films. He sent me Into the Woods, he sent me Hot Tub Time Machine 2. I think he sent me a VHS of Theater of Blood with Vincent Price, sent me a documentary on Phantom of the Opera, and I think there was another film he sent me that I don't really remember exactly what it was. I could be wrong, but anyway, thank you. Thanks goes out to Corey for sending me American Sniper, and this is the first film I watched at over in Michigan. As my dad actually really wanted to see this, so I watched this on 4th of July. So I watched this 4th of July, the night of 4th of July, Independence Day. I watched American Sniper, and I really liked it. I thought it was a great film. Um, things, everything that I'm going to say about it has probably been said by a bunch of other people before. Because the movie's been out in Blu-ray and DVD for a while now. It's a huge hit, R-rated film that was a really big hit this year. Surprise hit, actually. Uh, they thought it'd make money, but not as much as it did. It's a lot of cash, a lot of money. And it's pretty cool that a dollar of the purchase that Corey made goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. Anyway, this is a very compelling film. It's based on a true story, the story of Chris Kyle, the American sniper, and I thought it had great performances. I thought it was really well directed by Clint Eastwood. I thought there were a lot of good things about it. The score was pretty solid. Um, wasn't amazing or anything, but it was still a pretty decent, solid score regardless. Definitely did fit the film. I'm trying to see if it's even listed on the back here. I can't use the internet, so I have to use my head and the information that's provided to me on the back of this Blu-ray, and it does not even they don't even bother telling you what the score is anymore, I guess. Costumes, visual effects, edited, production design, director of photography, based on the book by Chris Kyle, written by Jason Hall. Jason Hall did a good job writing the film. It's well written, a good adaptation of the book that by Chris Kyle. I haven't read the book, but by all chances, it seems like it was a good adaptation of it. I know there's a few people out there have been coming out of the woodwork saying it's not accurate and so forth and so on, but whatever. Um, Actually, it was a 2014 film, I guess. I think it was 2015. I could have sworn. I thought this came out in January. I thought this came out this year. It's American Sniper. I don't think it came out in 2014. It just has the copyrighted 2014. Maybe it only came out in DVD in 2015. Well, anyway, by the time I freaking post this, you'll know for sure what year this is released in. I swear to God, I think it's 2015 though. Yeah, I believe it is, and it's one of my favorite films of the year. Is it a film I watch over and over again? No, because it is very intense. The filmmakers did a great job recreating the war zone that is Iraq, and it was very intense, very heart wrenching, very just grueling is a good word for it. Grueling. And I found out just recently from my stepmom that one of my stepbrothers, he was in Iraq, so he did 2 tours in Iraq, which is pretty intense, and yeah, this did a great job recreating the the look and the feel of it, and I thought it was very intense how you don't know what's gonna happen. Like nothing's sacred, nothing's off limits in Iraq in this war zone. You'll have kids who you might have to shoot down because they're gonna pick up a weapon and try to kill you. So there's no innocence here. There's no remorse. and it's definitely unsettling, but that's definitely the point. I thought Bradley Cooper's performance was phenomenal. I really do think he definitely does deserve an Academy Award nomination for this performance in this year's Academy Awards. It reminded me a lot of the performance that Jeremy Renner delivered in The Hurt Locker, which is another film that deals with this type of subject matter that I also enjoyed. And if I had to choose between these two, I probably would choose The Hurt Locker. There's something about that film that I really, really like, and it's it's not necessarily easier to watch than American Sniper. It's just I think it's a little bit paced a little bit better. Even though I really like American Sniper, there are some things about it that I think could use a little bit tightening up or could be a little bit better in. And definitely pacing is one of them. I mean, the film has this sort of it's it moves along, but it's not really tight knit. It's not fast paced, and I can see why some people might find it boring. I know my friend Matt didn't care for this film, and to each their own, but the pacing to me it could be tighter, but I still ultimately like the film. And yeah, and the action sequences I liked them. They were very realistic, and I think that's kind of the thing where I almost would have preferred if they went a little bit, did something different with it, but not maybe with a different movie because you can't do it with this because this is based on a true story. So it had to stay true to reality. It had to stick to that. It had to stick to its guns, so to speak, in that realm. It could not have gone out of the box and done John Woo style action sequences. It couldn't do that. And for what it was there, it was all right. It was decent. Pretty much what kept me engaged was the story, was the character of Chris Kyle, a hero, and sadly also his demise, which is just totally unexpected and shocking. I hadn't really read about the American Sniper story. I really didn't know anything about this story, and other than there was a movie called American Sniper, and I didn't know much about this film, about the story of Chris Kyle, until I saw this film. And I found myself almost in tears by the end of it, knowing that this man who helped, took out 100 and what is it, 150 confirmed kills or something like that. Yeah, multiple confirmed kills, and he survived Iraq, survived that war zone, only to get gunned down by a veteran that he was trying to help. That's just you can't wrap your brain around that. You just how did this happen? Why did this happen? what what what's why did this happen? Like how, you just can't. I'm still speechless thinking about it. I'm like, what? Like of all the fucking things, man. I mean, he survives that war, and he comes home, and he's finally picking up the pieces of his life and making things work after his even with his PTSD. Speaking of that, there's a phenomenal shot in the film where he's just sitting down watching TV, and he's staring at a black TV screen, and you hear all the gunfire and all this and the explosions and war, the sounds of war, and then you realize that he's just staring at a blank TV, and that was a good example of showing PTSD because a lot of people who suffer from it experience that kind of experience where they're stuck with that. They got this. They're just watching TV. They're not even the TV isn't even on, and they're hearing all those cries and anguish. And he lost so much over there in Iraq. He lost so many of his best friends who got shot by this fucking asshole who was this right hand man to this guy named the Butcher. So I forgot the guy's name, but the film did a great job making you hate this guy. This sniper who was he won an Olympic gold medal for in the Olympics, and he took his for sniping, and he took that to just shoot fucking people. Basically, worked for a right hand terrorist guy named the Butcher, who definitely does live up to his name because he butchers a kid with a very intense harrowing sequence, and then this sniper guy's taking out people right and left. He takes out one of Chris's best friends. He takes out another one of his friends, and good amount of his platoon. And then it's very crowd pleasing when he fucking kills his ass from like 50 yards away or 100 yards away. It was an amazing shot, and he fucking nails him, and you're just like, yes, go down for the count, motherfucker. It's over. And that's for Chucky, for Chuckles. I don't remember the guy's name exactly. I would look through more cast and members and their titles and who played who and what. Maybe even give you some trivia if I had any. If I could use the internet, but no. Internet signal is pretty shitty over here. I had to go. In order to upload the videos I just uploaded before this video's up, I went to the public library. So, but hey, there's a public library there over here. That's I happen to skip a jump away from my dad's place, so it's a good thing. So I can get a bunch of videos up. But anyway, back to the review. Yeah, it was a great sequence, great crowd pleasing sequence, sniping the guy from forever and a day away. And he goes through all that only to get fucking gunned down by a guy. Because he decided after he got out of Iraq, he decided to teach some veterans how to shoot and give them a little bit of something to do and help them out and help them deal with their PTSD and be a friend to them. And then this fucking guy just shoots him. Now, the film doesn't show you it. It just shows the last shot of him with his family before he leaves to go visit this guy. And then you see the text that shows that he got shot by this asshole, which you're like, wow. And I really did like the score, and I can't fucking find... It does not tell me who did the score on the back of this Blu-ray. That shows you how much films nowadays give a shit about movie scores, because there isn't even an example of the score on the back here. I don't think it's Marco Beltrami, and if it is, he did a good job. If it's not, my bad. But whoever did the score for this, like I said, I remember saying it wasn't immensely impressive because there's nothing super memorable about the score, but it still had a heart to it, and it still helped the film stand out. Gave the film a little bit more. And yeah, Bradley Cooper I thought was fantastic. He's a big reason why I really like this film. He totally transformed himself. He became Chris Kyle. And it's a very impressive performance from Bradley Cooper. He goes from The Hangover, The A-Team, to Chris Kyle in American Sniper, and it's amazing. It's an amazing transformation. And yeah, and Sienna Miller, I thought she did a solid job, and a few of the supporting cast members did all right. So there's a lot of things I liked about it, but there are some things I didn't care for. Like I said, the pacing I thought was a little bit too slow at points. I thought that the visual effects were really not very good, especially the explosions and stuff like that. It's like, why are we doing CGI explosions? You're trying to be a realistic movie. You do a good job recreating the war zone that is Iraq, and then you take the viewer out of it by showing shitty-looking CGI explosions. Just shitty CGI effects. Like, what is up with this shit? Why are you doing that? This is supposed to be based on a true story, and you have a fucking computer-generated explosion in the movie? No, I don't like that. It's not good, in my opinion. It's lazy, and it's half-assed. Everything else is on location, and everything else is pretty much as close to reality as it can be, and you have fucking CGI explosions. And fake babies! What the hell was up with the fake-ass babies? What was up with the dolls? I could tell. I could tell that he wasn't holding a real baby. Are we getting to the point now in movies where we're so afraid of people getting hurt on a movie set that we can't have people hold real babies anymore in movies? I mean, I'm not mad at the film. I like the movie. I'm just saying, what the hell is up with the fake-ass babies? Because that took me out of the film, too. I'm like, that's not a real baby. So I don't get it. Why? What's up with the real doll shit? I don't know why Clint Eastwood, whoever decided, why did I want, if I could ask, sit down the makers of this film and ask them a few questions, the first question would be, why did you use the fake babies? What is up with the fake babies? What was the point of it? It doesn't look real. It takes you out of the film. But that's just me personally. But I know I'm not the only one. A lot of other people notice these fake ass looking babies. Might as well might as well had them holding a Cabbage Patch doll while you're at it, really. But yeah, I that's really honestly about it. If I could think about any more positives about the film, I thought it was, like I said, it was well directed, well shot, well edited. Pacing, yeah, well, the editing is pretty solid for the most part, but yeah, I could use a little bit of trimming here and there, um, because it definitely does feel a bit lengthy. It's 132 minutes, so it definitely does feel its length, so to speak. Um, could be even more dull, to be honest, but um, I still like the film. I like the fact that Bradley Cooper adopted the Punisher logo, and he and his his group of men were wearing the Punisher logo on their backs, and they're like the Punishers of Iraq. That was kind of cool, and because I'm a big fan of the Punisher, and I just thought it was a very well made film. There's a lot of sequences in it that really made me gasp in astonishment and in awe, and it really got me emotionally involved with this character of Chris Kyle. The whole concept of a man who, yes, he's doing his duty, his job for his country, but his job is to be a killer. And what does that do to a man? It's not really murder, but you're still killing people. And what does that do to you? And the film handles that pretty well and touches upon that, and in a tasteful way. And yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It definitely isn't. But I would be lying if I said I didn't like it. And I did. I did like American Sniper. And I'm really glad that Corey sent it to me. So thank you, Corey, for sending me American Sniper. And I really don't know what to say except it was rated out of 5 stars. I'll give it 4.5. I really liked it. There's only a few little things that I had problems with. A little bit of the pacing issues here and there, fake babies, and some CGI explosions. But other than that, it was a very compelling, very intense, very um, emotionally charged experience that was definitely, I thought was a good film. It definitely left an impression, so to speak, on me. Anyway, thank you for watching my review of American Sniper, and I will see you guys later. See ya.